New York City, a hub of dreams and schemes, gave us a holiday figure who is both enchanting and deeply unsettling. What if the Santa Claus you adore wasn't a harmless bearer of gifts, but the product of mythological manipulation and eerie surveillance? It all began in the 1800s with two New Yorkers who took ancient legends and twisted them into something both magical and disturbing. It started innocently enough. Clement Clark Moore, a professor of Oriental and Greek literature, wrote a poem in 1822 for his children. He called it A Visit from St. Nicholas, but you know it as The Night Before Christmas. What Moore did was no less than alchemy. He transformed the remnants of old myths into a story so enchanting, people forgot where it came from. But let's not sugarcoat his inspirations. Moore drew from two ancient figures. The first was St. Nicholas, a bishop from the 4th century renowned for his charity, but also for tales of judgment, leaving gifts for the good and nothing, or worse, for the wicked. The second was Sinterklaas, a Dutch incarnation of St. Nicholas who carried traces of Odin, the Norse god of war and death. Odin, the original nocturnal flyer, soared the skies on an 8-legged horse, not delivering toys but presiding over dark, wintry rituals. Moore sanitized these legends, crafting a Santa who looked less like a judge or warlord and more like a jolly elf. Yet even in his whimsy, there were hints of something off. A pipe-smoking man creeping into homes at night, uninvited, a sleigh pulled by reindeer that flies through the darkness. Charming, sure, but also unsettling when you think about it. Then came Thomas Nast, a 19th century illustrator with a penchant for turning fantasy into something much darker. Nast didn't stop at Moore's version of Santa. He gave him a lair at the North Pole, far from the prying eyes of humanity. He surrounded him with an army of elves, working tirelessly to execute his vision. But the most disturbing addition? The naughty or nice list, a chilling ledger that tracked children's behavior all year long. Santa, it seemed, wasn't just watching. He was judging. Think about that for a moment. A figure who sees you when you're sleeping, knows when you're awake, and decides your fate. Santa went from a harmless giver of gifts to an omnipresent enforcer of moral conduct, a veiled threat wrapped in red velvet. And let's not forget the psychological toll. Parents perpetuate the lie, dangling Santa's rewards as a tool for compliance. Be good or no presents. Behave or you'll end up on the naughty list. It's a charming tale, sure, but it's also a story that trains children to accept surveillance, judgment, and guilt.